Sharon,
Good night.
how are you?
I am good.
Well, let me explain something to you. You see, Money Matters Mondays Show,
Eh?
it's supposed, yes man, it's supposed to be full of entertainment. And tonight I want you to stir up the secret behind Sharon. So I want you to listen this. And this is how we welcome you to Money Matters Monday. Right.
Let me hear it.
I'm going right ahead. All right. Well, we using you're a legend in this field, you know. You're a legend in the financial landscape, the legal landscape, the accounting landscape. So we just, yes, man. So we wanted to stir it up from the legendary Bob Marley, another strong Jamaican. So from one strong Jamaican to over to another strong Jamaican. Thanks for accepting the invitation to come to Money Matters. All right.
You're welcome, sir. I hope I can stir it up for you.
No, but all right. I'm going to take you in 3 clear segments. One, you are the CEO of General Accident, a listed company on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. You took that company to market. So there were some challenges. The share price has doubled, or double since listing for sure. You are also a lecturer in law at the, I won't say anything more. I leave you to tell them. I am not here to tell the story or to rap with my co-host. All right, welcome Antoinette. Let me welcome some persons who are joining Money Matters for the first time. Ali, welcome again. All right. So what we do with the format of this co-hosting show, Sharon, is that we do take comments along the way. All right?
Sure.
So we pay attention to that. So guys, here you have Sharon, the CEO. We're taking it in segments tonight. The first time. 3 segments. The lecture side. She run a school. No, I said not saying anything more. So go ahead. How is the journey for GenAC since being listed?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. We started cautiously going into the public space for the very first time, realizing that our stakeholders would now have information at their fingertips to assess, evaluate, and determine how well we have been doing. So that part of it required the increased scrutiny required stronger corporate governance and reporting, because now we have much wider stakeholders, much larger number of stakeholders to report to. So for us, that was the first step, making sure that we get the first step correct. And then after that, it became a pretty interesting ride after that.
A profitable ride, because you are paying dividend consistently from 2014 all the way to 2020.
In fact, we are very, very proud of our performance, excepting we're an insurance company. So part of what we do is to, first of all, make technical profit. So we must make profit from our core business. And then the top slice of our profitability would be our investment income. But we work very hard at trying to make profit from our core business. And since we've been to market, it's only 1 year that we have not made a technical profit. So 19 years straight, with the exception of 1 year in between, we've made profits, underwriting profits. So we're pretty proud of that stewardship. Really, really proud of that performance.
Well, you know, I am happy that I used to bank some of your investment back in the days, but I won't say where. So I know you're up. So it is one of those stats that I have. I have, my daughter is growing and she is growing with it. Yeah. So it's solely in her name. She's growing with it and she's satisfied.
Yeah. In Trinidad, in fact, we every year, every 5 years, we have a revamping of our 5-year plan. Every single 5 years, we have a look at our 5-year plan. We look at it every year to see whether we actually need to make any kind of tweak to it, because the operating environment will change. For example, COVID happened this year, and COVID a keep, right? So COVID having kept meant that the strategy that we had last year, we had to be nimble, because we had to change that if we wanted to be profitable. And I'm proud to say that notwithstanding COVID, we still made an underwriting profit in 2020 in the COVID year, and we still ended up with an overall net profit general accident in the COVID year. And that required us to be nimble, and we had to make quick decisions. We had to change operations very quickly in order to capture whatever opportunities that were there. We had to switch to work from home. How do we get our staff to understand working from home really meant working from home and not sleeping from home? So, you know, it was, as I said, we had to be nimble, and that really worked for us. So we did not achieve the profits that we set out to achieve, but we understand that COVID in our mind was a bit of an interruption, and really was not an excuse for not making profit. So we made profit, but it interrupted the amount of profit that we were supposed to make. So for us, we are actually quite pleased that, you know, with our performance for 2020.
Well, the market kept confidence in you because your share price has not fallen below $5. So
no, not at all, not at all, not at all. Yeah. Our job is to create value for all our stakeholders, you know, and that means shareholders, that means employees, that means creditors if we have them, that means reinsurers. We have a huge job to create value for all our stakeholders, and it's something that we actually take quite seriously.
All right. And what is funny is that in the last, I looked at your announcement in terms of directors and senior managers buying or selling shares, and I realized that from December to June, not one of your senior managers or directors sell a single share.
No, so we're not selling any shares. No. We're not selling any shares. We know where we are going. We know the secret. So we know where we are going, and we know what's going to happen in the next 5 years. And we know that this is a share that we need to hold on to. And the decision about where we go is entirely in our own hands. So we believe in our own dream. All when nobody else don't believe in it, we believe in it. As a matter of fact, that's the time we need to believe in it, when no one else believes in it. So clearly, we're not selling our shares. We believe in the company that we work and manage and direct.
Well, I am happy for those words. You have to believe in what you are governing, and you are at the helm from before listed. How long are you running, Jenna, Sharon?
Lord, man, don't ask that question.
Okay,
you're going to date me. I took over the CEO position in 2001, I think. Yes, I think 2001.
Okay. Whoa. Well, I know I will have interest in that stock, and I'm welcoming him tonight because he's pretty a sharp guy. So I'm just welcoming. But Sharon, what is funny, you know, is that you have seen the transition, as you said, from a private company, from a private to listed, but you have also seen the company grown outside of Jamaica, right?
Yes. So a part of our 5-year strategic plan was to be a regional insurance company. I want to say it better than that, a regional leader in the insurance market. And so we looked at the region that had critical mass and where we wanted to be, and we set out to acquire either a already existing entity, and if there are no existing entities that we could acquire, we were quite prepared to do a startup. Right now, what we have is we have acquired a entity in Trinidad that we have since rebranded. So it used to be Motor One. It's now called Genac Trinidad and Tobago. And then we had a startup in Barbados. So yes.
Trinidad, Barbados.
Yes, so both entities are, their financial results are reported in our group financial statements. Let's put it this way. We are aware of the fact that as a startup in Barbados, we do not expect in the very first year to be making profits, because the rest of the insurance companies in Barbados will not be sitting around for General Accident to come and claim an office space, claim a market share. So we recognize that it will take us a number of years, and we've planned the payback period and when we will turn profitable, and we're right on track. So we're not worried about Barbados, even though for the first 9 months of last year, which is Barbados only operated for 9 months, we did not make a profit, but we are okay with that because we are not unrealistic, and we know that we have to go into the market space and claim our place, which we are quite prepared to do. But Trinidad's a different story. Trinidad, we bought a company that was solely a motor underwriter. It was a single line entity. It didn't write any other insurance product except in motor, mostly taxi motor. So we bought it because we were confident enough that we could rebrand it and then make it another general accident company. So that we did. Again, we were not expecting that to happen within the first year. So we have already rebranded. We have already started to claim market share. Premium income is ticking up. And everybody's now knowing that there is a general accident in Trinidad. And I want to say we're now a part of the conversation.
Remarkable. Remarkable. As the CEO of General Accident now, going regional, I have to save part 2 for our next time, because guess what? We need to hear some more from you as an entrepreneur on your school establishment. Yeah, we want to hear that too. And we only have 15 more minutes to go, and we have to take 1 and 2 questions. So anybody that wants to know anything more about General Accident, led by Sharon Donaldson with us tonight, catch me tomorrow, catch their page, go follow Janet, and get some more information. Would you agree?
Certainly. Yes, sir. I will.
All right.
Yes.
Yes. Because, okay. Roll on into part 2.
Okay. My other life.
Yes. The entrepreneurial life also.
No, my heart, the other part of my heart is in teaching. I absolutely love to teach because I believe that knowledge is power. And part of my contribution to nation building is to get Jamaicans to be knowledgeable about everything that they do. In my mind, knowledge should drive your decision because, as I would say to my staff, and I also say to my students, a wish is not a workable strategy for anything. So you can't wish it to happen, right? And we're not going to talk about if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. Well, we know that wishes are not horses, so beggars can't ride. Beggars will have to get some knowledge if they are going to change their position. So for me, helping my students to gain knowledge, to create values for themselves and their family, and to create values for the organization that they work for is really extremely rewarding for me. My first profession, or should I say my second profession, because my first profession is actually a teacher. So my second profession is actually a chartered accountant, and I'm fascinated with numbers. I do not believe that...
Hold on. Your first profession is a teacher?
Yes, I'm a trained teacher.
But I wasn't aware of that part.
Yes, man. Okay, I taught for 4 years at Queen's School teaching 5th and 6th formers accounting and economics.
Welcome, teacher.
Thank you, sir. So I really wanted to teach. So I started after I did my chartered accountancy. There is a particular subject in accountancy that is really, really very challenging, and it was at the time very badly taught in Jamaica. And I made a pledge that when I graduated when I completed my ACCA training, I was going to teach financial management, which is right up your street, Delroy. So I was going to teach about value creation, return on equity, earnings per share, and all that kind of things. How do you create value? I try to tell my students that being powerful as a chartered accountant is being a financial manager. You're more than a chartered accountant. So you're going to add that value to your ability to read financial statements. So for me, teaching my students and get them to connect with more than just creating a profit and loss and balance sheet, it means more. In other words, what is the role of the chartered accountant in today's very busy, advanced corporate world? It is more than just being a bean counter. So the financial manager must understand what are the results, what are the likely results of the strategies that we put in place. We should be able, through proper principles and I want to say models, predict what is the performance is likely to be. Now, if you can do that, then you can change your strategy as you go along. But if you can't predict what it is going to be, then you will only go along hoping and wishing that it's going to be okay. No, a wish is not a strategy. We need to know what it is likely to look like. And so for me, teaching the students is really amazing if they can come back and tell me, boy, Ms. Donaldson, I went to a board meeting today and I was able to explain to the directors why we treated a transaction the way that we did and how that affected the financial performance of the company. So yes, I like to teach. I love it, love it, love it. Absolutely. I have a school. And the school teaches accounting students. Yes?
I'm going to give you this one. Miss Donaldson, you are an inspiration. But we don't get that yet. Listen to this one now. It is asking as an entrepreneur where your greatest challenges are.
Managing people.
Really?
Yes, managing people. Because the human beings are in fact a product of their experiences. So they come to you with varying, different, various, all kinds of experience. You can't get the outcome that you want if you cannot get your entire team to work as a team, take collective responsibility, even when you don't agree with the decision, and to really make sure that you're on the same bus, even if you don't understand where the bus is going, but you are on the bus, and make sure that, yes, that you're a part of a team. Now, when you're taking 170 staff members and they're from different training, different exposure, different background, how do you get them to buy in to the same mission and the same vision, and not to confuse the two?
Okay. Well, you have the opportunity not only to be doing it, but you have created an institution to do it. Now, I want to hear something about that. What's that institution? Where is it? How long has it been going for? What?
All right, it's been going for 20 years. It's called Richmond Academy. It's on 72 Harford Road, and its focus is on training those students who want to become chartered accountants. But it is more than just the number crunching numbers. It is really, what is your role as a chartered accountant in an organization? What is your role as a chief financial officer? How do you contribute to the strategic deliverables? So we take it to be more than just how to prepare financial statements. How to prepare financial statements is easy. Computers can do that for you these days. So really, it is about your ability to analyze those numbers, how those numbers tell a story, and how do you get the directors, the persons who actually make the policies of the company to understand that a policy made that way is not going to give you the strategic deliverables that you want. So it's more than just the bean counting aspect of accounting. That's the easy part. So yes, it is a course that has ACCA level 1, level 2, and level 3. The level 3 courses are most challenging, particularly for students who are not working at a senior in a senior accounting position in an organization. It becomes very challenging. So what we try to do, if we can, and they're interested, is that we try to get them, place them so they could get work experience in friendly organization that could help them to understand this is how you do something.
Hold on.
But just use the connections, man, to place them. So I would pick up the phone and call Delroy and says, I have a student who is on 3 weeks vacation leave, and they need to know how this is actually done. They don't want no money. They have to take their vacation leave. Obviously, they can't go work with someone else. So they have to take their, I call that investing in your own development. So they take their vacation leave, and rather than go off to North America to shop, they then decide, I am going to go to this organization and work for free and get some experience, because they need it. They absolutely need it to be able to shadow someone to see what they actually do.
All right, Sharon, I want to welcome persons to another Money Matters Monday show. I am seeing my long-time friend all the way from back in the days in the bank, Kildare, joining us tonight for the first time. I sorry to interrupt you again, but it's pretty interesting. At the same time that you are giving the teaching, the literature, you want to make sure that they have the practical. And that is something that Richmond will try to do for you. And as Sharon said, she will use our connections and call up Delroy and go call Kildare and go call some other person. So welcome, it's Money Mark. Money Mark was the person that said, you're not only in one country, not only 2 countries, but 3 countries. So big thing was going on for Jenna. But Mark, we actually going to come back on Jenna, but right now we get in the lecture part and the school through the entrepreneurship of Sharon at this time. And the other segment is to tell us about the law side. So yes, Sharon. So the school is going, and you're doing all of this, and you're at, repeat where you are.
Okay, the school?
Yeah. And how do you get in? How do you enroll? What do you need to have before you can enroll?
You just go to 72 Harvard Tree Road. There's a sign that says Richmond Academy, and there's an office staff there, and they will help you with the registration. So it's quite easy. It's quite easy, because remember now, we don't set the exams. This is ACCA, which is a worldwide recognized chartered accountancy brand. So we are what you call an accredited institution for ACCA. So we have to follow their protocol and modality for the delivery of the lecture and how we treat the students and all kinds of things. It really is very well organized, because we are part of an international body that has accredited us for delivery of these classes.
And no financial statement worth its weight unless it is certified off by it. Yes.
I always say, when somebody asks me a question about accounting, and I think that the question is something they should know, I said, you didn't attend Richmond, did you? You certainly didn't attend Richmond. Yeah. Okay, so the law part of it, that was Delroy for fun. Absolutely for fun. Yeah, so after ACCA and an MBA in finance.
Sharon, just a minute. For those persons that are joining, we're getting 3 for 1 from Sharon, the CEO of General Accident. She is also a lecturer, run a school, Richmond, and she's also a lecturer in law. So you get 3 in 1 tonight, bonus night. Stir it up. Bob Marley was our introducer. Continue, Sharon.
So after the qualification of ACCA, I got a little bored. I really like knowledge. I really like seeking knowledge. So a friend just came by and says, oh, I'm doing law with University of London. Would you do it with me? And I said, well, why not? I'm bored. So we started the course. Went to London at University of Cambridge, did a couple of summers with them. And after we've completed the academic side of the LLB, we then applied to Norman Manley Law School to become a certified attorney in Jamaica. So we sat on the entrance desk. we got in on the very first time, and we did 2 years of law school, which is really about how you practice law in Jamaica. It's really more about procedures more than law. But I enjoyed it. I had fun. I had a great time. I did that while I was still CEO of General Accident, because Norman Manley runs from about 8 o'clock to about 1 o'clock in the days. So I would get up early in the morning, I'd come to General Accident, and I would do whatever I had to do here. Then I would go to Norman Manley, then I come back to General Accident. Did that for 2 years, and then I was called to the bar. A really, really, really very happy day for me. What did law do for me? It certainly created a different kind of thinking. So my mind now, having been trained to look for policies and terms and conditions and innuendos and things that you probably take for granted.
That enough the I's and T's, the commas.
He's right.
The
it became
totally
right.
Different.
Right. I became a much better critical thinker after having done law. I would have liked to have gone to the appeals court to practice, but my loyalty to General Accident, who gave me 2 years while I was still here to go to law school, I could not, because I'm a very loyal person, I could not walk away from this organization. So actually, just a little aside, what I actually do is that I work with a particular law firm because I don't want to forget my legal principles. And if he has an appeals case, I won't go to the first instance court because it takes too much time. And at the appeals court, you're really only appealing on the basis of law and a breach of a legal procedure. And that usually takes 2 days. So it would require me to take 2 days from work. I would look at the case and we would go to the appeals court and we would present our case. I go with a senior attorney. And so far, I want to say that we have a successful record. We have not lost an appeal yet.
Whoa.
But that is something that I do for fun. It's really not for the money. It's really for fun. It's really to keep me actually sharp. I now go back to law school. I don't really teach a pure law course. I actually teach the accounting course that has some law embedded in there. So I am the course leader for that particular course, but it is accounting with some legal aspects of it. And again, that's right up my street because it does both for me. So that's how the law has come. Obviously, I use my legal principles for General Accident because we have terms and loads of complicated agreements to read. So it's easier now for me to read and understand it. And maybe most importantly, we have all these personal injuries claims that we have to do. And sometimes I go to court with a senior attorney. If it's a big one, other than that, we will just negotiate with another attorney to get it settled. So I get to do three things that I love. 1, to teach, 2, to run General Accident, and 3, to do my legal practice. How about that?
Well, you know, I don't ready to let you go yet. I have 1 more minute, but you know what this is telling me? 1, organizations that believe in their staff will give them time.
Yes.
And 2, General Accident now sees the benefit of having you at the helm because they are saving money on legal, they are saving money on accounting, and at the same time they have a CEO. Now shareholders must be happy. I hope so. I hope so. No, but if I am cutting out some of the costs of the top, because in house I have the lawyer, I have the accountant, and I have the CEO, 3 in 1. Then I mean, can you imagine? So I am looking for further shareholder value in my share price. I'm going to take this last one, Sharon. Orville is asking, what advice would you give to young entrepreneurs? You cannot get away from that one because this is where we're going to close. Because trust me, it has been a wonderful, informative, educational night.
I would want to say, make sure that you have your dream well sorted out. What is it that you want to do? Do a business proposal. Do a proper evaluation of your business proposal. If you cannot do it by yourself, it would be worth your while to get a little professional help as to how to do a business proposal, to look at all the factors that you need to take care of to ensure that this business proposal creates value for you. You must be able to do an evaluation of your business proposal. Other than that, you'll just be wishing and hoping that if you sell t-shirts, you can make some money.
You need a plan.
Exactly.
Well, Sharon Donaldson, the corporate executive CEO of General Accident, lecturer, owner of Richmond Academy, and lecturer at the UA Law School in accounting-based subject. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, she's showing us how it was done. You can do it too. Sharon, we have to bring you back on that straight GenAC, because I know persons want to know more about GenAC. For persons just joining, remember, you have to catch the live next week because we're up on time and this show is for 30 minutes. Sharon, we are happy to have you. Thanks for your time. And as you say, you have to have a
plan.
Stir it up, Sharon. Bob Marley, stir up your secret tonight and bring us right there that you were first a teacher. And we love the passion that you have shown. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Delroy, for having me.
Why, Kim Fender, you guys are joining late. I am sorry. You just finished class? Well, I am sorry. Want to know where the stock price is going. All right, Sharon, you have to take that one and take it out. Where's the stock price going?
The stock price is currently at $5.65. Previously, it had gone up to as much as $9. I would say buy it now because 2021 is going to be a bigger and better year. We don't have any COVID excuse. We are going to deliver what we set out to do, and therefore our stock price is going to go through the roof because we are a consistent dividend paying entity.
They have been paying dividend all the way from 2014 all the way to 2020. So they have been consistent in paying dividend, and that's a fact. And yes, they are now in three countries according to its money mark. Not one, not two, but three. So they must get growth from those areas. I say no more. My lips are sealed for tonight because I have GenAC for my daughter. Thanks for coming. Guys, I am sorry who is late, but catch the replay and catch you next week on Money Matters Monday Show. Thanks, Sharon.
Bye-bye.